Tim's here. We all know.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Brandy.
You're welcome.
Wow, it got quiet.
It did. We'll need you. We got awards today, Tim. That's your cue. That's
Tim, give him out.
Tim. Yeah, exactly. Save Lonnie's voice here. All right. Well, since it's kind of naturally getting quieter, I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go for it. Let's do this. Happy Tuesday. It's been a couple weeks since we were together. We had ALC last week, and I'm excited to see you all. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
I know with the weather change and it's getting a little drizzly and a little cold, I don't think a lot of people want to stay in, so I'm glad you didn't.
Right.
I'm glad. All right, let's do this. Let's get our meeting started. Tell me something good. Tell me
Chiefs.
something good. Yes.
Yeah, the Chiefs. I mean,
Oh, thank you.
last week, this was not what I was gonna say, so this is a bonus. I put Rashee Rice on my KW South and Partners fantasy team, and then last week before, the league play started, I totally forgot to adjust my roster. I had like 2 guys on injured reserve. Rice came back and had a killer week, and I didn't have him in the roster, and Lonnie just marched right over me like we weren't even there. So that's but then I got help.
Okay.
I recruited Hannah to help me like replace people on my team and stuff, and then Rice, he made it happen for me last week. So
Okay.
I beat Nate last night. That was pretty impressive, even though everybody else made fun of me for not having very many points. I had more than Nate. That's the only thing I had.
So that's called leverage, right?
That's right.
Okay.
That's exactly
Tim
right.
just leveraged something that should take all of about 90 seconds each week.
Well, it's like me making a flyer. It takes 4 hours, and I can have somebody else do it in 10 seconds. What I was going to say, though, was it's Lydia's senior year, and last year, if you guys remember, the volleyball team was just marching over everybody, and 2 of the girls, including Lydia, got sick right before district championships, and they got knocked off by St. Michael's. Tonight is district championships, and we play St. Michael's.
Let's go.
So
Let's
I'm
go.
feeling like it's pretty exciting. The girls are pumped, and Belton's had an incredible season. So
Does anybody go to St. Michael's?
today's an
Chad
exciting
Green's kids used to.
Uh-oh.
I get them. We're rivals with St. Michael's too, so. Very good. Okay, well, go Belton.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Let's go.
Cool time.
All right. All right. Who else has got something good? That's great, Tim. Thank you.
That's good stuff.
And by the way, fantasy football, does anybody else like right over your head?
Yeah, I'm learning it this year, though.
Okay.
This is my first
You're,
year.
I don't know. I'm
I
like,
am playing. I win sometimes.
Okay, I think that personal last time. Okay.
oh, wow. Wow. There's big feelings here about this, apparently. Okay. Well, let's just leave that. What else do we got going on besides fantasy football? What
Come on,
else? We got?
guys.
Some good.
Something good. Business, personal. No?
Brian,
Sure.
please do.
Awesome week, next with the kids, got to go to a little town called Port Morales, a lot of fun and spend the week there at the beach with them, and definitely different chapters of being a parent, and this new chapter with them both being married and their husbands being with us on this trip was fantastic.
Awesome. Yay.
Yeah, good stuff.
Great. That's
stuff.
good. That's good stuff.
We did celebrate 26 years of marriage.
Yeah,
Yes.
congratulations.
Yes.
Stephanie, you're a very patient woman. Yeah, yes, you do.
Very good. Love all that. Paul, what you got? Good job, Ashley. She did. She just put her head down and knocked it out. That girl is going to do good stuff. All right. Well, congrats, Ashley, if she's watching at home. What
Paul,
else?
did she pass the test faster than you? I couldn't remember. Okay. Maybe Josh is here. He can chime in.
I guess
Yeah.
she remembers.
I heard getting her kids license before her brother.
That's true too.
That's true.
Yeah, and actually, they're both down in Springfield there.
I don't know if the 5 team knows what just happened to them. This will be fun. We're glad to have her.
She's actually organized, so that will really help Josh and I.
That's what I'm saying. She'll keep pushing you guys. Yeah. All right. What else? That's exciting for her, and we're happy to have her. What else? What else? Something good. Something good.
Hey, I'll throw a business thing out there. Last month, our market center, right? Tough market still, a little bit challenged. We're in a 3-year recession as far as national sales bouncing around the 4 million mark, which is the lowest since 1995. Good news is prices are going higher, therefore the commission dollars available are higher. Our office set a record for September for the most volume in contracts written ever for the month of September.
All
Good luck for
right.
yourself.
That's exciting.
I thought it was a typo. I made Caesar double check it, and we did it. And we did it by a lot, which was really
That's
impressive.
exciting. So great job.
Yeah.
Great job, agents. Yes.
Well, I don't remember when I'm supposed to do this, but
Yes.
this is my friend Tara.
Hi, Tara.
Hi, Tara.
She's a current agent with Mass, but she's just come and hang out with me.
Come and hang out. I love it.
Don't scare her off, guys.
Best behavior.
Right.
Yes. Good to have you, Tara.
Right.
Speaking of introductions and guests, who we got here?
My name is Kate. I'm also about taking.
Oh, boy.
Yes, I've been good nose deep in the book. Yeah. So wish me luck.
Yes.
Yeah. She used to be BFF before. So now
Oh.
I feel like I'm like, be an adult really.
Yes. And she went to school with Ashley Fife, and that's kind of the connection there. And so we're excited. And you do live here. Where do you live? Okay.
Oh, wow.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad to have you. We're cheering you on. Good vibes for the test tomorrow. Yeah, that's exciting. All right, that's all the good stuff. I enjoyed, we got to go to the ALC clinic last week. So there was Paul and Jake and Rusty and
Sandy.
thank you. She's on her way to Whiteman Air Force Base, getting her ID cards renewed or something. So she told me she wouldn't be here, but we had a great time in St. Louis. We had great training with Gene Rivers. We had good food. That's important. Apparently there was some gambling going on, but it was good. It was good. Apparently I didn't go, but wealth building at the Ameristar.
Ameristar.
Ameristar. Yeah, part of the financial plan. But it was a good time.
Our
And I
financial planning committee was in the casinos till the wee hours of the morning.
they won, I heard. They didn't lose.
They
So.
won? Okay.
I walked out with more than I wanted.
So there we
Nice.
go. It was fun. It was a good time. And I look forward to good stuff with the ALC next year. Anybody else? Last chance. Tell us something good.
I'll throw some.
Yeah. please do.
We just got back from a trip, shocker. We don't have kids, you travel a lot. That's how that works. But life by design, right? So last summer, or this past summer, I turned 60 October 13th. Thank you for the gifts. My wife's like, where are we going for your 60th? And I was so pissed about turning 60, I didn't want to plan anything. So finally, she caught me in a weak moment about 2 months ago, cigar, glass of wine, the routine, if you know me well. And so I started Googling most scenic places in the world in the month of October. So here comes Bhutan. Here comes, Machu Picchu. I don't even know what that is, all these places. But
Yeah.
then here was the Greek Isles. And I'm like, yeah, I
Okay.
kind of want to see the Greek Isles. So started researching and doing all that stuff. I spent 2 days doing nothing but figuring out every place we were going to stay and all that kind of stuff. But it was just one of those experiences that we didn't need to go anywhere party-wise and do all that. But we ended up, the last 5 days, we were in a place called Santorini. Has anybody been to Santorini by any chance?
Mm.
Yeah. The,
Nice.
yeah, all you guys have been, yeah. But, it's a caldera, which means it is simply a volcano. And the rim of the volcano is what you stay in. It's Ojai, Santorini, and all these other cities. And so you're looking down in the caldera. It's the most scenic thing I've ever seen on the planet. And we've traveled a lot. It was that cool, which is exactly what I wanted. So we
Good.
got the exact room I wanted with its own little pool. It overlooked all that. You're sitting up about 500, 800,000 feet, I don't know, above the water. It was literally just unbelievable to wake up to that every day and have breakfast looking at that every day at dinner and something like that.
That's
So
amazing.
if you want to just blow out something scenery wise, I've never seen anything like it. And if you just go there on a cruise ship, they take you up this thing and you go to kind of this little city in the middle. That's not where you want to be. You want to get away from the crowd and kind of be down in this Ia area, which was just phenomenal. So anybody need any help? A travel agent, I can help you. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. When I hear from you and Ryan and Stephanie and others who travel, that real estate makes that possible. Like, what other industry? I'm sure there's others. I'm not saying we're the only one, but this is a great industry to be a part of where you can build that life by design, take the trips you want to take. How cool. Go to your search bar, most scenic places in the world in October, and then make your choice.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And Amber thought Bhutan was going to win. I don't know if you know where Bhutan is, but it's
don't know.
kind of like near Nepal. Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, and she's like, no, not going there. But that was it was too difficult to travel there. But no, we found the right place and it's very accessible and I would highly recommend it. And Santorini is so safe. There's really no police officers. I mean, they walk around, they don't have guns. And the guy, I go, why is that? He goes, nobody steals anything here. And the only reason we have police officers is for the drunk tourists to put them in jail for a couple nights so they sober up. Because nobody locks anything up. They don't lock up their cars, their houses. It's just not how things work. You go
Nice.
by a really high-end shop and there's no security guards out front or anything like that. Yet there's $10,000 watches there. It's just
Wow.
it's just a different environment. And they love Americans there. So it's really cool.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Well, we've got some. We're not gonna be able to hear from everybody. That we'd be here all day. But let's start with Kaufelt title. So Lisa, let's give it up for Lisa, the Kaufelt land title. She always brings exciting stuff.
Yeah. It's an easy date today. Just a reminder that November 11th is Veterans Day. So when you're writing contracts, trying to schedule, keep that in mind. It's a Tuesday, which makes it kind of an odd day for a holiday. We also have just been told that they're giving us December 26th off. So we'll have the 25th, 26th, so Thursday, Friday. So I just wanted to throw that out there since it's new knowledge to me. Although great. Summer is her transfer. Her last day is going to be Friday here in our office. She was going to transfer to our Overland Park office. That we had some personnel changes. She is actually going to be transferring to Lewisburg. So she is going to be the primary closer in Lewisburg. And Janelle, if you guys know the Lewisburg office, Janelle is in Lewisburg. She is going to transfer back to Harrisonville. So she's going back to the home ship. So she's excited about that. Summer's excited about being primary closer in Lewisburg. So that's the new thing there. Jody asked me to tell everybody how much she appreciates the kindness that she's received, the patience that she's received. She is still on a big learning curve and she appreciates the fact that everybody is understanding to that. And she is trying to do her best and do what is expected of her. So wanted to throw that out there too. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Lisa.
All right. Thanks, Lisa. Todd Branson with Fairway Mortgage. Yay, Todd.
Rates are going down this week, right?
That was my lead in. Thanks for killing my thunder. What's important about today and tomorrow? Anybody know? On a national level, Federal Reserve meets today and tomorrow. Okay, so the Fed's going to meet today, and tomorrow they're going to make a decision on rates. And Wall Street, everybody has it baked in that they're going to lower another quarter of the federal funds rate. It'll be interesting to see. This Fed is very data driven, meaning they're always looking at numbers. They're looking at, and they second guess the numbers. Well, guess what's not available the last 27 days? The numbers. So they'll be doing this somewhat blind. They actually had to bring in the inflation reporting people to report the inflation numbers last week so that people who are on fixed income could have an inflation number to go off of their change of their cost of living. So crazy stuff. Bottom line is mortgage rates are trending downward. We're seeing a nice little drop. They don't do this. They won't drop a quarter tomorrow if the Fed lowers a quarter. If the Fed does anything but lower a quarter, that's where we have to be careful. Because if Powell comes in and says, well, we don't have the data, we can't lower rates tomorrow, that will cause Wall Street a lot of anxiety, okay? Because it's baked in. So the question will be when they get the minutes of that meeting, and I talk about the minutes because that's the written, how they spoke, what each person said. It'll be interesting to see what they decide for the December Fed meeting. Okay, so more than likely Wall Street thinks a quarter tomorrow and probably a quarter for December. The inflation data is really, really low. And candidly, I think it's a quarter in December only because this government shutdown has taken so much longer than people thought. That slows the economy down. People don't have money. Guess what? They can't spend it. So that'll be reflective in probably November and December data once they get this thing figured out. Yeah, Ryan?
In true American fashion, when all this back pay starts to happen, those dollars.
Yeah,
No, they're
that
gonna
could be too.
save it all, Ryan.
Yeah.
We're-
Yeah,
Always.
that's true. Yeah. Historically, we when we get big checks coming in, we spend big. Yeah, big money, spend big. So anyway, any other questions on that? All right, so let's hope tomorrow that it does exactly as scheduled, 1/4%, and then we'll start moving toward the December meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Travis. Good stuff. Appreciate you. All right, Ron, Alaba, you got anything for us today?
Yeah,
All right.
Ron, how are you, bud?
Pillar to post.
Some new faces in the crowd. I'm Ron Alabaugh. Pillar to Post Home Inspectors. We're the preferred vendor. Been here for, I think, 3 years now. So lots of familiar faces, but if you haven't had a chance to meet us yet, just grab me or Jordan. We'd be happy to tell you about what we do. So welcome to the new faces.
Thanks, Ron.
Appreciate you.
Short and sweet.
Rusty, Raylyn, come on up, ladies. We got Apex Underground.
It's 2 for 1 here.
Fun.
We're a twofer. Just friendly reminder for septic systems against popular or contrary to popular belief, we can still dig in the winter time. So it's okay. But what you need to do for your inspections is the minute you get a house under contract that does have a septic, that should be one of your first phone calls because it takes a little bit to get everybody out there. Effluent does not freeze, so keep that in mind. And whenever we're putting in septic systems for like the lateral fields, it does need to be dry though. We can work in really cold, but it does need to be dry. So tip of the day.
Love it. Thank you. All right. I saw Buffy with Royal Roofing and Solar. Come on up, Buffy.
Buffy.
Get up for her. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being at Trunk or Treat. That was exciting.
Yeah.
It's fun for the girls.
Yeah.
They enjoyed meeting everybody. A couple things. Do any of you do an inspection on the roof before you list a property? So you know what you're getting into before the full inspection?
Not too often.
Sometimes. Okay. I would start to recommend it because we are seeing more and more real estate transactions having to be pushed back because the roof is not good. I mean, people are not able to get insurance. And I know this because I'm also a licensed insurance agent. And I have one right now that is a tar and gravel roof that is a 4-pitch and they want to go shingle. And thank goodness I have my guy out there right now and they have had to push their closing back because they can't get insurance. As an older roof and they have no idea what the age is. And on old tar and gravel, you can layer and layer and layer. We don't know how many layers are on that. You add some ice and snow on that. I mean, that can eventually collapse the roof. So they're wanting to take that off. But I would recommend it. We have a lot of inspectors out there that can go out and give you an idea, give you a full health report on what the roof condition is, approximate age. Insurance agents nowadays, if it's under 10 years old, they can probably insure it at replacement cost. If it's over 10 years old, you're going to have a hard time getting a replacement cost policy. So anyway, that's just kind of our tip right now.
Good. That's a great tip. Great tip. And you guys do free inspections?
We do.
Free
And
inspections.
health report, it comes in an email format. It's got probably 15 to 20 photos of exactly what we're finding and what we can do. If it's in great condition, we're going to tell you, hey, it's in great condition. But if it's not, there's some minor things you can fix. This is what, needs to be done too.
Great, great. Yes, what you got, Ryan?
And they don't know what they're talking about when they get on a roof. It's great to have a professional get on your seller's roof prior to another inspector with a buyer that comes to your house to actually refute some of that. Because we have some inspectors that have different opinions than the professionals do. So if we have an actual report from these guys, we can actually give it to the buyer's agent to show that this is what we found prior guys think. So they have confidence in their, at the house that it's already been looked at by a professional.
Nice.
Helps a lot.
Yep.
And and we talk about bulletproofing our transactions, just like with our septic systems, doing those things. This is another layer of doing that.
Absolutely. Love it. Thank you. Yes, Lisa.
Take a look at what the Hammer Market deal is. So they went up and did the roof thing, then they got in the attic, and did the attic thing, and I feel like above and behind, it was nothing that needed to be repaired. It was coming from his bed enough. So, anyway, so that's on me, but, just wanted to say they did an awesome job and went above and beyond it.
Love that. Love that. All right. Well, I would like to bring up Aaron. Aaron, come on up. Aaron brought us some bagels today. You live nearby and you have a special skill and a trade. So tell us what you do.
My name's Aaron Goldfield. I actually live close right by Hawk Ridge Lake. I walk my dog by here every day. I more so just wanted to show face and introduce myself. I'm a full scale renovations contractor. I do everything from small repairs to full scale exterior renovations. And pretty much it. I got a buddy of mine I've known for a very long time. We're looking to kind of merger together. So we're trying to expand our portfolio. So I thought it'd be a good idea to show up, introduce myself, and see if I can bring value to you guys. So,
Perfect. Thank you.
no problem.
Thanks for the bagels.
Yeah. Quick, how can we get your information?
Yeah, I brought a portfolio with pictures of past work. I also got a bunch of business cards. So if you guys want a business card, I'll sit right there and I can pass them out. If
Yeah.
anybody wants one, so.
Very good.
right.
Okay. Well, appreciate you coming in.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And you guys on our Facebook page, one of the most common things you post is needing somebody to help with punch list items and all that kind of stuff. And it's hard to sometimes get quality people to do that. I think we just
Yep.
have somebody right there.
I have not necessarily employees, but I have a lot of friends that I've grown up with, worked in the industry, and I kind of bring them this on stuff. So if we get bigger jobs, I have on-call guys that are ready to go. If it's a small repair, I usually try to get there within 24 hours. If you guys can make a quick sale, if a buyer sees something doesn't like, you want to fix, want to change colors on the wall, fixtures, anything, plumbing fixtures, lighting fixtures, pretty much do it all.
Good deal. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate that. Yeah, we'll get your information and we'll just say hi to Ryan back there with Movie Co. And appreciate you vendors. Appreciate you being here this week. This is a little bit of our schedule. I'm gonna hit a lot of that. So and then next week you can kind of see what's coming up. Make sure that you get a copy of the latest calendar. This is our training calendar. These are the things that are going on in the Market Center. And so that we always try to provide a lot of value. There's always something to learn, always something to do. So that we're almost done with October, believe it or not. Buckle up. How many days till Christmas, Darren? But it's like
Less than 60 now.
less than 60, like 8 weeks, something like that. It's going too fast. But we do have a lunch and learn right after this. Today, we've got the budget blinds people coming in. Yes, Carrie.
Anybody didn't sign up? 5 more spots, so you can play those, bring a little bit extra food, and her husband is a chef, and I think he's more doing food, he'll be talking, and then he's talking about art.
Signing up.
You had me at chef.
Automation. Did you say home automation? Yeah. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay, home automation. All right, very good. I think they came to our Bold and they do cool stuff. It's more than you think. Yes, Nanette, sorry. He did go up front.
Thank you for buying our hot dogs.
Yeah, thanks, Ron.
Hey, thank you, Ron.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. All right, we do have the Greater Heartland Summit coming up here soon. That's in Branson. Great event to go to. You can kind of, all this is on the website, all of this is on our Facebook page.
Can I add
Yes.
Guys, this is something that it's kind of at its infancy, year 3, I think.
Uh-huh.
What we're trying to do is create a regional mega camp. Okay, mega camps in Texas, family reunions in whatever city. We're trying to have something here locally that we can all get to in just a couple hours. It's a couple days, so it's not a huge commitment. And honestly, in the whole scheme of things, it's relatively affordable.
Yep.
But this needs to kind of start to be part of your business plan as well. I hope we have 10, 15, even 20 people from our office there. I guarantee you the speakers and the information that'll come out of this, not to mention the networking, that you're networking here with people you can get referrals from. These people have buyers in Kansas
Yes,
City
they do.
that live in Joplin and that sort of thing. So start looking at this as something to plug in on an annual basis. It's really, really going to be something that I think it'll take off at some point so big we may have to go somewhere larger than Branson, honestly.
Branson's a lot of fun. There's a lot of extra stuff to do
Really
there.
is.
It starts on a Sunday night with a happy hour. It's all day Monday till 4, and then you're done by lunch on Tuesday. So it's not a huge time commitment, not a huge financial commitment. It's close and it's fun. So I'm going. Who's going? Who's going? Okay. Yeah. There we go.
There's great Airbnb prices in November in Branson. That's kind of the
Yeah.
shoulder season.
So yep. And I did post a video on the speakers. There's like a 4-minute video in Facebook yesterday who's speaking there. Okay. We do have our business planning clinic coming up November 13th, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is going to be at Meet Me on Main in Belton. It's going to be a little bit different than what we're used to, but we're still going to, the goal is the same. We're going to be planning our business, our goals, not just business though. I mean, we're going to start with business, but we're going to be planning, we're getting a plan for life for next year. There will be a notebook. You will actually go home with a notebook that's unlike any other notebook you've ever had. We will actually have our Bold coach. Is anybody in Bold and anybody love our Bold coach right now? She's amazing. She's incredible. She's actually going to Zoom into our business planning clinic for 2 hours to teach us how to build her Life by Design notebook.
Wow.
And we're going to build it. And so that's like a rare treat, guys. $10 is what it's going to cost, so I can buy the notebook and all the supplies to go in it. We'll provide lunch for you. So, you know what? You can't do the QR code there you go. Sign up on the Google form if you want to go to the business planning clinic. I wouldn't miss this one, guys. I wouldn't. And we'll put the $10 on your office bill. You don't even have to pay me right now.
Could I add something to
Yeah.
that? I heard it said in the coffee the other day that, well, I did that last year. Business planning clinics are an annual event. You guys, yeah, Starbucks has quarterly meetings for their company so they can constantly course correct and see what the market's doing and what's China doing, what's the cost of coffee. They're constantly course correcting.
Yeah.
We as realtors do it once a year. Probably could do it more than that, but at least once a year. So this isn't something, oh, I did this last year. This is actually kind of part of what you should be doing every single year, guys. So I just want to make that crystal clear.
Absolutely.
Very, very important.
And it doesn't matter if you've done it before. I would ask you, did you follow through with the plan? Did it work for you? Why not? Let's look back into that. So there's I love that. It is something we do every single year. All right, has everybody got that? If not, it will also be in the Facebook group. We'll get that going. All right, so our ALC Spotlight, we got culture because we've got a big event coming up. Stephanie, come. Yeah, it's you. Yeah, it's you. Give it up for Stephanie.
Okay, so those of you that, Saturday, first of all, let's start there. So Saturday, 5 to 9, everything is ready to go. Tickets are ready to be picked up. I think I handed most everybody's out. If you look in there, there is an individual ticket for everybody. It says special guest of, please put your name there. When your guests get to the event, there'll be a check-in table. They will basically show us their ticket, write their name on it, then they get to drop it in a door prize basket. There'll be 5 door prizes throughout the evening, must be present to win. And then if you could please, just because 1, people lose tickets, 2, you may not be able to get all of your tickets distributed to your people, send me the names of the people that you invited so I can ask them who invited you. It makes it much quicker for us to check them in because the idea is not to have a big long line out the door, get them in. We have 380 people coming.
Wow.
So that's a lot of people to get in. They'll also get 2 drink tickets when they check in. So with their ticket, they'll get 2 drink tickets, dinner, all the activities, s'mores. There's going to be beer and seltzers, and then a few special drinks that Mickey's going to concoct for us.
Oh, boy.
Um,
They'll be strong.
And then a live band, also the Daisy Cole, they play at Merle's a lot. So I'm excited for that. Other than that, if you reserve tables, feel free to do whatever you want with your tables. You can do centerpieces, you can do gifts, you can do whatever you want. But if you haven't, still feel free to bring things for your guests if you like. You can do that. There's going to be a seat at a table for everyone. Some tables will just be labeled reserved. So, but your people can find wherever they want. Still need bourbon. If you didn't bring bourbon, you can give me $30 so that I can go get bourbon or whiskey.
For the whiskey pool.
For the whiskey pool. Sorry. Or just for me, because, be casual. It's going to be like low 50s, high 40s. I think it's going to be beautiful. Even if it rains, there's a huge covered area, fire pit, s'mores. Oh, silent auction. Some really cool, I think cool, because I love sports. Todd, you listening? Okay. So we've got a Chris Jones signed jersey, Karloftis signed jersey, Vinny Pasquantino signed bat. I was looking in your office. You got one of those yet? And a Mahomes signed jersey.
Nice.
We also have some stuff that isn't signed that will hit a little bit less in pricing. And then we will also have a basically like a lottery ticket raffle thing that you can sign up for as well.
Now the proceeds go to?
Yeah, all the proceeds go to our contribution to KW Cares to finish that out at $5,000. And then our Southland Emergency Fund to help our agents in our office. Oh, and a 50-50 raffle too, because that's always good.
Mhm.
Questions?
Yeah, if you wanna bring a bottle of whiskey, I don't have it today.
Yeah.
Can we still drop it off or? we
Sure.
just Take it with us on Saturday?
If it's easy for you to drop it off, that way I know exactly how many I need to purchase to make sure that we have enough for the pool. Anytime before Friday, because I'll probably purchase it on Friday. Yep. 20 to 25, and I think I have 5 or 6. Unless I count the ones you brought from the house, and probably not.
The partially open ones.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. If you didn't get your tickets, come see me afterwards.
Thank you. That'll be exciting. I'm looking forward to that. All right, we have our health, wellness, and safety. Raylyn, are you ready for this? Yes, this is you. All right. The self-care bingo that Raylyn introduced. I think we had a couple. What are we doing? Winners? What do we got?
She's
We
eating.
have 2 winners.
We had 2
And
winners.
Nanette already got her gift card, and then
Yay.
Lacey was the other one up front.
Okay.
She is getting her gift card soon. I wanted to say if anyone else wanted to do bingo, we're gonna kind of do it just for the rest of the year. Just, it's good for you guys. We're busy. You guys need to do some self-care.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's where I'm at.
Yes
So
or yes?
I printed out more, so if anyone does want one, feel free to grab one. We're not doing any more prizes though, that's ending today. So
Prize will be the self-care. You
prize
give
will be the
yourself.
self-care that you give to yourself. So,
Right. Right.
yes. that's all I
Awesome.
have.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing that.
All right. I'm going to pause on this one because we have so much to do and I'm watching the time. And I just want to keep it rolling. We'll swing back if we can. Our broker, Darren. Yeah, you got a couple minutes. That's why. Yeah.
All right, Darren.
Make a random.
We never squeeze you, Darren.
Never squeeze you.
So this is repeat stuff for anyone who's been here anytime at all. We have newer people, so, and frankly, the rest of you need to hear some of this stuff again anyway. Do I have my slide?
Yeah.
So I was sitting in my fancy office the other day with Stephanie, hands off. Just a couple of things, some of this that I get kind of repeat questions, and I understand because some of it is tricky. You cannot represent a buyer on your own listing. They're either not represented, or if you walk into that and you already have a buyer agency with that buyer and they want to see your listing, transaction broker. Call me before you screw that up, but that's how you have to do it. You have to be a transaction broker. You're going to step back from agency into only a transaction broker in that situation.
We need to fill out anything for that piece.
Transaction broker form.
Addendum. Yeah.
Addendum, yeah. And then, and the other thing, if you're representing the seller and the buyer's unrepresented, page 13, those two boxes where we have to check the boxes. On the buyer side, you're going to check that the licensee assisting the buyer is representing the seller. That's a much forgotten box.
I bet.
Again, you guys got my number. Some fair housing stuff. I like to bring this up because of Tim.
On that page 13 though, it's because of me. Probably so, actually. But you actually check two boxes there because we
Yeah.
have to check that the buyer's unrepresented and that the licensee assisting them is actually the sellers.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Good
And of
point.
course, designated agent.
yeah, very good.
I just finished my Kansas CE. One of those was fair housing. So be careful this time of year. We can't, be in your new home by Christmas. Can't do that. You can say stuff about Santa because that's not a religious thing. But Christmas, watching the kids on Christmas Day, all that kind of stuff, no. One thing that none of us do, I'm pretty sure, yeah,
Can you say for the holidays?
Yep.
There are
Yes.
yeah, holidays is fine. Santa is even fine. I think you could well,
I think you could. still
yeah,
put it-
hold off on the Christmas tree, but I mean, that's still just a pine tree. Just,
Yeah.
let's just not get in trouble. I,
no, it's a Christmas tree, like you label it.
I'd be careful. I'd be over careful. Anyway, we're getting into the weeds, getting into the trees. The equal housing logo is recommended for all agents to use on all advertising. None of us do it. The little house with the equal sign in it. You might think about starting to do that or using the wording equal housing opportunity. The government wants to see some of that stuff in there, just letting you know. Different states have testers that will come out and test you to see if you're saying the right things or not. They'll be undercover. You can ask them if they're a tester and they don't have to answer. They can say no, even if they are. Testers will not sign stuff. They will not enter into a contractual agreement, buyer agency, or write an offer on a house. But they're out there and they're like secret shoppers. They're going to see what you're going to say. Just real quick, when you guys send a form to me, my goal is to sign it within 2 days. Buyer agencies, listings, change forms, the whole thing. You don't need my signature to carry on with what you're doing because you, after you sign it and your clients sign it, you're the designated agent. Put the house in the MLS, go show them houses. You're fine without my signature. Last thing is you have 1 day to make changes in the MLS. Just like to bring that up again because sometimes I see $50 fines going out and I hate seeing you guys pay them. Brian's lifting his hand. I mean, we can all lift our hands on that one. You got 1 day and you got 10 days to put one in as sold, but 1 day on everything else. So.
Is there a committee that has conversation about that we could all put our input in, say maybe they should allow us 48 hours versus?
It used to be 3 days.
I appreciated that one. This is
Yeah.
a- this
One-
is a money grab.
It's moving in the wrong way. Yeah.
1 day, 1 day. Next, it'll be 6 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Prepared and stuff
I've,
last week.
so this doesn't happen too often, but I just thought I'd bring it up. If you've got closing in possession on 11/20 of 25, and down here it says seller will deliver possession of the property to buyer on 11/20/25 at 5 p.m. What happens if you close on the 10th? I mean, technically, that's why I use the word funding right there. And if a buyer's agent sends a listing or a offer on my listing, I try to remember we might need to change that just to be technically correct. Just, I don't know, something to think about. So if you do close earlier,
This is it looks like it's a date box, but you can actually type words in there. You can type. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
you can click the calendar or you can type in funding. So just in case that one changes, keep in mind, you might want to change that one. That's it, I think.
Thanks, Darren. Broke us that.
All right, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. We're gonna do our awards before Lonnie and I.
Do we have any?
We got some.
Oh,
We got some. How about you want Tim to help us? Save your voice?
anybody but me. Yeah.
All right, Tim,
Great.
can I use your help? Can you help me with
Yes,
awards?
yes.
Yes!
Awards.
All right, so you got Lonnie's voice is struggling.
All right,
today,
here we go. Lonnie's voice is struggling. He did too much partying in Santorini. Groups, number 2 group for closed sales volume, New Edge Partners with $2.2 million. Awesome. Number 1 group, closed sales volume, Lonnie Branson Real Estate.
Thank you.
$1 million. $3 million. That's a ton of business. Good job.
Thanks.
Number 14, closed sales volume, Lacey Land and Homes, 667,800.
All right.
Congratulations, you guys. Number 3 team, closed sales volume. Oh, Teresa Ziegler, home team, $910,000. Yeah, Teresa.
Good job, Teresa.
Number 2 team, closed sales volume, Team Keith, $1,054,000. Good job, Keith. Number 1 team, closed sales volume, $1.148 million, L&T Home.
Nice.
Hey, I knew I picked the right row to sit in today.
Yeah.
Especially that like soft on me. Individual closed sales volume. Number 10, Scott Swagger, $332,000. Number 9 at $458,000, James McClay.
Good job, James.
Just keeps killing it out there,
Mhm.
man. Number 8, Tori Richmond.
Tori.
See her in a minute. Number 7, individual closed sales volume, Shelby Eckert.
Good job, Shelby.
Shelby.
$4,000. I'm sitting
Sister.
right in.
Right, you got it.
money pocket. Love it. Number 6, individual closed sales volume, almost $800,000, Darren Jones.
Darren.
Number DJ. Number 5 at $855,000, Trisha Henson.
Good job, Trisha.
Trisha's always killing it. Number 4 at $1.185 million, Marsha McKenna. Number 3, individual closed sales volume, $1.298 million, Julie Snyder.
Julie.
Good job, Julie. Number 2 with 1.5, Nate Priest. Good job, Nate. Number 1, closed sales volume, $1.7 million, Rusty.
All right.
Good one. All right, now we're on number 3 group, listings taken volume. Listings taken volume. Number 3 group, New Edge, $755,000. Number 2 at 1.38, Ben Realty Group. Good job, Ben. Number 1, listings taken volume, 1.74 million, LBRE. Thanks, you guys. All right, team. Number 2 team, listing taken volume, Lacey Land and Homes, $769,000. Number 1 at just over $1 million, Brick and Mortar Real Estate.
Good job.
And listings taken volume for individual agents. Number 10, Mickey Brandis.
Mickey.
That table wasn't good back there. Wow. Number 9 at $385,000, Chris Bradley.
Good job, Chris.
Good job, Chris. Number 8, Shelby Eckert. Collecting them over there. Number 7 individual, Chad Green.
All right,
Good job,
Chad.
Chad. Number 6, who's renewing her military ID, Sandy Paxton. Safety. Number 5, Nathan Priest at 524.
All right.
We're still doing listings taken volume.
Yes.
Number 4, David Meisner, 615.
Job, Dave.
David.
Number 3, Brannigan Barnett,
All right.
a regular on the list. Number 2, 688,000, Rustlin York. Looking for some awards for next month too. That's what that means. Number 1, just over $1 million listings taken volume, Darren Joe.
Job. Number 1.
Broker, leading man, I love it.
I love it.
$1 million month. Congrats on closing over $1 million in sales volume. That's a good month if you're closing over $1 million. Ryan and Stephanie Finn.
Yes.
LBRE. Brannigan Barnett. Josh Falke.
Good job, Josh.
Good work, Josh. He probably did all that from his fishing boat, if I know Josh. $1 million month, Trisha Henson.
Hey, another one.
Nate Key.
All right.
Nathan Priest.
Attaboy.
Julie Snyder.
All right.
Holy smokes.
This one's
Dalton
exciting.
Bob. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
$1 million month. That was like 15 people.
Brand new agent, guys,
Mhm.
90 days in, something like that. His first transaction, over $1 million.
All right. And he's like 21, 22 years old.
And he's dual career, has a full-time business. Yeah.
It's not bad for
Yeah.
That's all right.
$1,000 a month in GCI. That's a solid
It's a
income.
big check.
Yeah.
Okay, home runs, 1 closing, 1 listing, 1 under contract, right? As Lonnie says, this is how you show a good sign of a healthy business. You got business going on. You're setting up business for the future. Home run, Tony Darty.
Tony Doherty. See, it's all right.
Brannigan Barnett.
All right, Brannigan.
Darren
Go for
Jones,
Darren.
1 close, 1 listed, 1 under contract. Jen Thompson in the
Good
South
thing.
All
End.
right. Good job, Jen.
Joe Goodwin. Nice month,
Yeah.
Joe. Lonnie Branson.
Yeah.
Going to be going to Synchrony again.
Mhm.
Micaiah Bland from the police department.
Dual
Good job,
career,
Micaiah.
love it.
Go Mikhail.
Nate Priest home run.
Yeah.
Russell and York a
Yeah.
home run.
It's a homer.
Silas Gray a home run. Good job, Silas. Number 1, dual career agent. They've got another job outside of their real
We
estate
get that to
career.
Joe. Thank
A
you.
lot of us in here doing that, multiple businesses. Number 1, dual career agent for 3rd quarter, July through September, Teresa
Go
Stockey.
Teresa.
Crushing it. Teresa works for the Belton School District, and our district is incredible. I've got kids in it, love our district. Number 2, dual career agent, Rustle and York. Great job, Rusty. Number 3, dual career agent, Devon West.
Yeah.
Number 4, Julie Phillips.
Wow.
Number 5, Jen Thompson.
Wow. Good job, Jen.
Number 6, Micaiah Bland. And with their first listing last month, Jenny Wagner.
Hey, Jenny. Please not hang me today. Very good. Awesome. Nobody does awards like Tim.
Yeah.
Nobody. Thank you. Thank
Could be
you.
a new, hey, that could be a new job for Tim, I think.
I know, I
Yeah.
think so. I
He
think
seems
this
to
is your
thrive.
gift. Thank you. All right. I'm gonna go into, I've got a couple things for you. This is a skills-based market. Would we agree with that? We've
Yes.
heard that. We've heard it in here. We've heard it in ALC clinic. We've heard it in the regional events. What does that mean? This is a skills-based market that we're in. Who knows?
You got to know what you're doing.
Yep.
You have to understand the market. You have to know your numbers. You can't just throw a sign in the yard and it's magically going to sell.
Right.
Takes
That's
work.
exactly right. It takes work. You have to have the agents that are succeeding are the agents with the skills right now. And so you can decide where you fit on that spectrum. Do you feel like you're a skills-based agent? Is there an opportunity there? There's probably an opportunity for all of us.
Yeah.
But let's jump into, so what are those skills that we need to work on and focus on? And I like the 80-20 principle. This is part of the Keller Williams 6 personal perspectives. It's not unique to Keller Williams. We've just pulled it in. It's also called the Pareto principle. Anybody heard of that?
Mhm.
Because it applies across life, not just real estate, but we're going to apply it to real estate for today. All right, I've got a couple things I want to show you, and you're going to So this is the 80-20 principle would say that if this is the effort, 100% of your effort, 20% of your effort should produce 80% of your results. And the rest of the 80% of your effort would only produce 20% of the results. Okay, so track with me for just a minute. I'll break it down for us. This is actually a principle of greatest leverage. Do you remember being in elementary science class and you learned about simple machines? And you learned about how simple machines help us do work easier. Do you remember the fulcrum? See, I taught elementary school, so I do remember. But you remember the fulcrum, and if you put a stick, like a teeter-totter, you could, depending on where you move the fulcrum, it depended on how easy you could lift a heavy load with a small effort. That's what this is. This is kind of what this is. This is leverage. This is a tool that if we will remember this and apply it to life, we will be able to apply a focused effort and get better results. So I want to show us this real quick. And I know you've seen it, but bear with me.
Is this jar full? Is it full now? How about now? Is the jar full now? Now, I want you to recognize that this jar represents your life. Golf balls are the important things, your family and friends, your health and your passions. The pebbles are the other important things, your car, your job, your home. The sand is everything else. It's just the small stuff. Now, if you put the sand into the jar first, you won't have room for the pebbles or the golf balls.
Okay, it's a little real. I'm sure you've seen that, right? We've seen this. This is not anything new per se, but the 80-20 principle. Which part should we focus on, the 80% or the 20%? It's not a trick question.
The 20.
The 20. So the 20% is what's going to give us 80% of our results. So that is also like saying those are your big rocks. What are the big rocks? The golf balls. Because you remember that video, if you started with the sand first, we all know this, we've seen it. If you started with the sand first, you probably could get the sand, you probably could get the little bigger, the gravel, and you might be able to put in just a couple golf balls. And then it's full, you can't get any more. But by starting with the big things first, then there's room for the smaller things. So there is, in our life, is that jar, our time. We are limited, guys. I know that we probably don't think we are, but we are. We have all got a certain capacity. That's it. And we can't do more. And I think some of us in real estate, and some of us with ADHD, and some of us with entrepreneurial minds, we think we could do it all. And we try. And then it doesn't always work. So sometimes we focus on the sand or the gravel. And so I want to get us to the point where we're focusing on our 20% because that's what's going to give us 80% of our results. So here's my little fulcrum here. So that if you do your 20%, you're able to lift 80% of the results you want. So what's 80% of your income for the year? You could put 80% of whatever, fill in the blanks. If you do the right activities, you will be able to get the most out of your efforts. So what would we say is the top 20%? Because there's a lot of stuff realtors have to do, right? There's a lot. What would we say is our 20%? Name off some things. 20%. Lead generation. Yep, I would agree with that. What else? What other super important? Follow up. Yep. What else? Go on appointments. What about negotiate contracts? What about practice and role play? I think I got some plants in the audience here. That's good. That's good. How about making flyers? No. How about building your website? No. Probably not, guys. Our 20%, this is it. It doesn't matter what's happening now, what tools you use to lead generate. lead follow-up, go on appointments, negotiate contracts, and master your conversations and role play. This is our top 20%. If we will do those activities, we will get 80% of the results we want. Now, something else to think about. The other 80%, it does have to get done. But what do we have to do it? It's something to think about. So how do we stay in our 20%? We need to learn to leverage. What could leverage possibly look like in our world? Transaction coordinator. Yep. Virtual assistant. Let somebody else make your flyers. Let somebody else, design your newsletter. Let somebody else. Yes.
Yes.
That's leverage. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Now, if I may for a second, because obviously our lives, we're not realtors unto ourselves. We are a combination of things. We're spouses and moms and dads and neighbors, and we got other things going on, right? So how could we leverage other things in our life to keep us in our 20% in real estate? Could we hire a house cleaner, someone to come clean the house? Can we hire someone to mow the lawn? We could hire, that's leverage, guys. That's the stuff. Because if I mow my lawn and I spend, which I don't mow my lawn, I don't do that. But if I did mow the lawn, let's say I spent an hour on the lawn, did I move the needle in any way in what I'm trying to accomplish in my business? Would I have been better to take that hour and maybe do some lead generation or lead follow-up? So that's a big rock versus maybe a pebble. So what I'm trying to get us to think about as we wrap up this year and get ready to business plan for next year, what is our 20%? And not all things and people should receive equal attention and time. Now, first of all, do we believe that all people have equal value? Yes. I would say all people have equal value. Now, so we're not talking value as a person. I'm talking, should you spend as much time on a looky-loo as you do with a serious, motivated buyer? See the difference. As people, they have equal value. That's not even a negotiation. We're not even talking about that. But as far as what deserves your time, because I think the reason I think this is important is because a lot of times we start to value everybody and everything the same. It's not true. Every open house is not equally valued. There's some open houses that are better to take than others. Was it better to take the listing, the new listing that just hit the market in a great area at a great price point, or the one that's been on the market for 6 months, had 12 price reductions and 81 open houses already? They're not valued the same, and they shouldn't receive the same attention. So if we will get more intentional about where we spend our time and where we spend our effort, we will see more in results. Ask yourself, does this activity move the ball forward for me? Does it move the needle? And if yes, by how much? Are you doing an open house to make yourself feel like, okay, I did an open house, I feel good about that? Or I sent out my newsletter. You could, because it's possible, guys, that you could work all day long on your business and never pick up the phone, never lead generate, never lead follow-up, never negotiate a contract. You go home at night exhausted because you worked on your AI, new stuff that you're learning there, you built a great website, all the things. Not that that's bad, right? But it is possible that you could spend your whole life, your whole week, your whole month doing the things that don't actually move the needle. So this is what, if we will stay, I think that's the last one I have. If we will stay in our 20%, I like this graphic. It's really true. And it's really true with life, not just business. So think about your relationships. Think about the goals you want in life. Don't get stuck out here in the 80%. Don't get stuck out here. Focus on those activities that we talked about. Focus on these, and you will see a dramatic difference in your business next year. Any thoughts, questions, ahas, anything else that you want to add?
Yeah, focus on the 20% and sprinkle in the other, not the other way around.
Correct.
And unfortunately, we typically do it the other way around. People are always looking for the next gadget, the next cool thing and all that. At the end of the day, those are the things that matter. And you can spend all day trying to figure out the coolest website in the world.
Mhm.
If it's not going to get you leads and make this thing sing, it's all but a waste of time.
Correct.
Got to figure out how to prioritize things.
So I just want, and I know without asking raise of hands, we all would be guilty of starting with the fun stuff first, starting with the easy stuff first, starting with the, the more, I don't know, some of us, we could be in class. Some of us, it's class, being in class all day long. And I love class. I'm a huge education fan. And if you never get out of the classroom and pick up the phone, if you never go on appointments, if you never, practice and role play, you'll just be in class, right? So that's about all I had today. So Lonnie,
Perfect.
it's your turn.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I won't spend it. Yeah. Thank you,
Thank
Brandy.
you. Thank you.
Really, really good stuff. So from an industry standpoint, if you guys were on the mastermind call Thursday, one of the things I wanted to be sure I was bringing to your attention is we talk about the market's been a little bit tough nationally the last 3 years. Yet Southland, you guys were up almost 20% last year, and you're tracking very close to that again this year, which is really exciting. So we're getting our unfair share, and all those kind of things are really cool. But where we're at in this industry right now is this. What's a fast sports car? Where's our sports car guy?
There he is.
Oh, there you are. Sorry, didn't see it, buddy. What's your car that you drive that's so fast and fun? McLaren, how fast does it go? Oh, we're gonna go 200. I'm gonna throttle back a little. So here's the business that you guys are in. Full-time, part-time, I really don't care. You're in a business that is a McLaren, okay? You're in the McLaren business. In other words, you have a vehicle that can go 200 miles an hour. The reality is, how do you choose to drive it? Okay. Now, if I put my mom in a McLaren, Todd in a McLaren, okay, she's already on the highway and people are going past her because she's going 50. Okay. McLaren, Ford Escort, same thing, right? So, but that's her choice. That's how she chooses to drive. Your McLaren is your real estate business, and how you choose to drive it is up to you. Not everybody wants to go to, let's just equate 200 miles an hour with a $500,000 GCI business. Scott Swagger, we'll call it. Okay. That's how Scott likes to roll. But the bottom line is you have the tool in front of you to do whatever the heck you want to do with this thing.
Mhm.
And many of you are getting it done in what I will tell you has been a pretty challenging environment. Brandy mentioned skills-based. I'll tell you right now, this is as skills-based as I've seen since the downturn of 2008 to 2011, where just the people with the experience survived and others just didn't, period. So, but we're holding our chin up very nicely, and every month we go and those rates don't come down, that's more buyers sitting on the sidelines that eventually will buy. And then when rates do go down, that rubber band's been pulled back, and then boom, 3 to 5 years of Katie bar the door. Now we're going to really be glad we're in a McLaren. You guys get that? Okay. So think about what that looks like for you. By the way, Scott Swaggart, when he came in, was a couple weeks ago. What was the size of the check he picked up?
I think it was $54,000.
Okay, $54,000 check. I've yet to pick up a $54,000 check, but I would love to pick up a $54,000 check. So let me tell you what that McLaren that Scott looks like. Scott came in here about 12 years ago, had a landscaping business, local Belton kid, and just knew he wanted something else. Okay, so he kind of pushed the landscaping off to somebody else, still made some money off it, I think, and then just got into real estate. And he just chose to put his head down. And we were coming out of a tough market. He didn't have massive success early, but he just kind of built and built and built. And then he and Nate got into partnership and they built out something special. Now they're each doing their own thing very successfully. This kid just said, hey, I'm taking this McLaren as far as it will take me. So he walks in here a few weeks ago and picks up a $54,000 check. The guy will probably make $400,000 or $500,000 this year as a solo agent, unassisted. Okay, he's got some transaction help and some showing help, but for all practical purposes, he's doing that. So before you feel like you need a buyer's agent and a transaction coordinator and a marketing assistant, ask yourself, how much business am I doing? Do I really need all those things? So my point is, this thing can take you wherever you choose to take it. And many of you guys are doing this with headwinds. This market the last 3 years is what I will call headwinds, skills-based and more challenging, quite frankly. Soon, we will see that tailwinds will happen. And if we're educated and we have things going at a high level, we will take advantage of those tailwinds. And you guys will see businesses go up 10, 20, 50% from their current levels because now you've got the help of the market. Now, what that will do is that will also bring a bunch of people back into our industry, or a bunch of people that are on the peripheral that are like, this is too hard, this is too hard. It's going to get a little easier for them. And now all of a sudden they got jazz hands and they're making a lot of money, right? That happened last time, COVID, okay? The little COVID push. We saw a lot of people have a great, great push, and then reality set in. So I think what we have to decide as an industry is this: if I don't figure out how to get leads, I'm not going to have buyer and seller listings, and I'm going to have zero need for leverage, okay? Transaction coordinator means you got a transaction. You guys get that? If I got no transaction, what are they coordinating? Yeah, they're just coordinators, all right? So we got to find these leads to make this triangle happen. You guys have seen my stupid triangle enough, but I'm going to speak to it again. I am sick and tired of people having a database. And I had a class on monetizing your database. So far, one person has given me the results of what that looks like. That's cool. No judgment here. I just choose to do things differently. I want to know the value of the relationships in my life. So if you guys aren't looking at your database and figuring out, do I have a database? Then trying to figure out what's the quality of relationship within these databases, you are wasting time, okay? Because what the reality is, we only have so many people, and I'm going to say these are 200 people in our database. Only so many of these people is the relationship so strong and so comfortable that I expect they'll do business with me. 75% or greater chance. In fact, I'll go as far as saying if they don't do business with me, I'm kind of pissed and surprised, to be honest with you, right? Okay? The people that are in this category, I have about a 25% chance that they're going to hire me. How pissed can I be if they don't hire me? Okay? I only had a 1 in 4 chance. Okay? You guys get that? It's 25%. And these people, which is the bulk of our databases, we have a 1 in 10 chance that they're going to call or refer us business. Okay? If you're getting mad when they don't hire you, get mad. Just be sure it's not at them. Get mad at yourself. You guys get that? Because you've allowed these relationships to stay in this funky little zone and haven't tried to graduate them into more probability of getting paid. You guys get that? Everybody has this, whether you choose to acknowledge it or not. If you're not a geek like me and you don't want to put a bunch of little boxes with last names in, that's cool. That's just what I choose to do. Okay, and it seems to be working. By the way, Scott Swaggart, people like this probably don't do this formally, but in his crazy head, he probably has this all in his head. You guys that are having success and are younger in this business, I would figure this out really, really fast. Because at the end of the day, what's going to happen is this. Every month, every quarter, you choose to just let your relationships stay right where they are and just say, hey, my people really like me. What's really happening is the probability of them slipping down in these categories is happening and you don't even know it because you're not attending to the relationships. You guys get that? I've been sick for the last 2 days. This is about as sick as I usually get. So what I chose to do when watching football Sunday is I chose to pick the 68 people that I invited directly to the event this weekend. And many had responded, hey, we're at something at Mizzou. We got this, we got that. That's cool. We expect that. But then I'm like, how many people didn't respond? So I'm not going to just go with, hey, I sent them an email and I didn't get a response. So I'm literally texting and had 22 phone calls, as you could tell by my voice on Sunday. I just wanted to know where we stood. And the value of those, by the way, of the 20-something people I talked to on the phone, only 4 or 5 are actually going. But just the value of that conversation, the time I spent on that afternoon was, I can't even tell you how important that is. Those people, to me, I want them in this category, guys. I want a 75% chance or greater that they're going to call or refer me when they come across real estate business. You guys get how important that is. The difference from even 25% to 75%, that's 3 times more likely. And look what that is, 7.5 times more likely to get the call. This is what managing relationships and monetizing relationships is all about. The exercise that many of you guys did with me, you saw me break this down into, I can figure out how many transactions or referrals are going to come out of this group. And with only a 10% chance of getting the call, I can figure out what the dollar equivalent of these relationships are. I can do the same thing here and the same thing here. But these are constantly fluid. I've had many people that have been at the top of my triangle that aren't even in my triangle anymore. Okay? So they either moved out of the area, died, their daughter's now a successful realtor. Okay, they still love us, right? Hey, that's all great, but can I expect to get hired out of that group? No longer, right? They might as well be in the general public out here. Every once in a while, you guys meet someone in the general public. It's called lead generation, and now they're in your world. They get into your triangle. Now what are you going to do with them? Marcia meets somebody as an open house. They hit it off really well. Probably not buying for a year, but she's got their information. They just gelled, right? Those people are now in her world. Now what's she going to do with it? Okay. Is she just going to put them on some drip campaign where they get an email from her once a month? I'm going to tell you how that's going to perform. They're going to probably stay in this 10% category. Okay. Or are you going to personalize it? Are you going to invite them to events and make them feel like they're special? Are you going to give them things of value like, hey, by the way, I thought you'd like to see the comps in your subdivision. Just in case you want to know what houses have been selling for. Hope you guys are doing well. Boom, boom, boom. She's graduating the relationship. So when the time comes when they do buy, they're going to remember you were the cool chick they met in an open house in 2025, and you have a high probability of getting paid. So you had two choices: advance the relationship and get high probability of getting paid, or just have a cool open house where you met some cool people and sit there and hope that they call you when the time comes. Which do you want to do? Okay. Our average commission in this office right now is $9,300. I want a 75% chance of getting that $9,300 check, not a 10% chance. You guys get that?
Yeah.
Okay. Really, really important. Anybody have anything to add to that? Did anybody work on that at all? Go ahead, Ryan. I'm sorry. It's mine.
Like you spend on marketing and budgeting, for lead gen and stuff like that. And think about where you want to spend your money. Let's look at the bottom of that triangle, and if you're spending your money down there, just roll your window down after you leave the bank and start talking about it. Look at spending your money at the top of the pyramid there, because that's the best dollars invested right there. That's shoring up relationships. That's throwing an awesome party on Saturday night and being able to invite these people out there. That is money well spent to build relationships and fortify them, because you'll need to be able to do that over time. Phone calls are great, they're paramount. But bringing people to an event, whether they show up or not, Ronnie mentioned this too, we had so many people say, oh, I'm so sorry we're not gonna be able to make your party. They think it is, right? Cool.
Yeah.
Party too, right? I'm sorry we can't make it. And I said, absolutely, we'll invite you the next time. They can't wait,
Yeah.
Just wanna be included. Tim, what he's talking about, because he hates lead generation like the rest of us, he's just calling people and inviting them to a bunch of parties for the rest. That's all he's doing. He's just throwing parties, not even really working. That's the best investment. So bring the top tier people and connect with them face to face. And it's cool by doing it. Lead generation on the phone or text message to get there. That's money well spent. So think about what you're spending your dollars.
Yeah. And how many of your people you're on your list who were thinking about like, oh, well, I know they won't go. I'm not going to call them. Call them. That's the easy one. You know they're not going to go. You don't have to buy them a $10 ticket. Okay. But you're now showing you care. And you're reaching out to them. And when that phone, they're going to go, well, that was really cool that Ryan would call us to go to that party. Because he probably knows we don't drink and we're not really partiers. And that's in Pleasant Hill and we live out in Raytown. Whatever excuses, right? But the value in that touch, that's what the business you guys are in. That's your McLaren. And you just got to figure out how you want to drive it. Okay. So 3 main components of this: main, probability of getting the call to get paid. Okay. You are in control. It's the speed you want to drive your McLaren, guys. It's the speed you want to drive your McLaren. And within these categories, you hear me talk about this all the time, and this shows up when you're really going through your people, is the ease of communication. The ease of communication in this group is so flippin' easy. Okay, a lot of the people I was touching base with are in these 2 groups. In fact, almost all of them this past weekend. It's simple. I know them. They know me. There's none of that, wonkiness. A lot of wonkiness down in this group. So we're going to avoid talking to them at all costs because it's going to be wonky. Ease of communication gets better the further we develop that relationship. Marcia met the people at the open house and got them in her world. The more she touches base with them, the more she sends them things of value, the more phone conversation, text, it just gets easier to the point now they're really easy to communicate with. And when you pick up the phone, it's just like you've been talking to them every week. You guys get that? Big, big difference. The people that can master this will have the most successful, sustainable businesses. So there is a dollar correlation with this that you're going to continue to hear me harp on until somebody absolutely crushes it. If anybody wants to turn in their database, I will sit down with you and we'll find out how many people you have in each category. Remember the magic markers we used for that? These ones, I believe, were red. These were green, and these were yellow because they're kind of in the middle. So you just go through your database and add them up, how many of them are in each category, and then I'll show you how to monetize that so you can see what the expectation is. Then we can do a what if. What if we've moved half these people into this category and half these people into this category? What would that look like? And you're going to see a database that performs like this all of a sudden performs like this, okay? I don't know about you, but I'd rather do business with people that are in my world versus flipping strangers. The general public, they're freaking crazy, okay? Sorry about that, first bad word. They are crazy. So now there's enough people in your databases that are crazy too. Anybody got a little crazy in their database? And all up? Yes. But here's the thing. We know they're crazy and they know how we operate, okay? These folks, we got to figure out how crazy they are, okay? So let's stay here. Again, that line, when you're talking to people and you're trying to figure out how to get that relationship, advancing it, just say, hey, will you do me a favor? Here's why I'm asking you to think of me for real estate is I've been doing this a while now and I really love real estate. I'm passionate about it. And I am so much better and it's so much more fun dealing with people I already know or people referred from people I already know. So will you help me in this cause? I'm really moving towards nearly 100% referral-based business. And they'll ask you, well, now what's that mean again? Tell me about that, Ryan. And you just tell them, say, hey, general public's crazy. They'll laugh and they go, oh yeah, they are crazy. I want to do business with people like you and the people that you know. Okay, that flatters them, by the way. Doesn't everybody like to refer people to business? You guys put stuff out on our Facebook page, but here comes 10 referrals for a termite guy, okay? So yes, they want to be a part of the biggest purchase. So we've just got to ask for the order, and we're not really good at asking for the order. This is, by the way, Stephanie just threw out a number. Was Stephanie here? What was it, 320 or something crazy?
380.
Oh my God, that's freaking fantastic. That can still be 500 or 600 if you guys choose to make it that. It really, can it?
No.
Never mind.
And we're done.
Well, sometimes people don't show up, so maybe. Okay, so we're not afraid of another 50 or 100 people. We'll figure out what to do with them.
Figure it out.
As long as they can stand, right? As long as they can stand. That's all I got for you. It's all yours,
Awesome,
Brandy.
guys. All right, good meeting. All right, we're done. Go
Good
sell
job, guys.
something. Lunch and learn in 15 minutes.
How are you guys doing?
Good. Got Lonnie's mic off before he starts at 200 more people.
Yep, absolutely. Cheers.